Another thing that we can do to perhaps fine-tune or control how the styles are applied to our website is to use something called selective overriding. At the moment we've only got one style sheet, but for example what we could do is we could create a second style sheet. So let's do that. Let's create a second one, and let's save it, and we'll call this home.css. Again, you can imagine perhaps that we use this just for styles within our home page. So our style is perhaps, our style.css perhaps contains all of our styles across our entire website, but our home.css controls styles that are different on our home page compared with those defined within style.css. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this body tag and put exactly the same one in the home page. Okay, and we're going to change it. So we'll change it to, let's go for that one. And we're not going to include a border anymore, just on the home page. Okay, so we've now effectively got two body styles being applied, one in style.css, one in home.css. The second thing that we need to do is we need to go into our HTML page, and we now need to link that home.css in there as well. So I'll just copy the link that's already there, and I'm just going to rename that style.css to home.css, and we'll save that. So we can actually link more than one cascading style sheet to a web page if we wanted to. And what happens is that these two cascading style sheets effectively get merged. If you remember, in the last section we talked about what happens if two styles conflict and the points associated with each style ends up being the same. And this will happen here because we've got a body tag or here with a certain style being applied, and we've got exactly the same in home.css. And if you remember, what I said was that when we have two styles with the same number of points, then it's the last style that wins out. And so if we look in our test.html, it's the home.css that gets linked second, and therefore the styles there will override anything that's being defined in style.css because they're the last style that gets defined. So this is a good way of being able to fine tweak or fine tune your cascading style sheets. We perhaps have all our default styles in the first linked style sheet, and then any that are specific to this page in a second style sheet. And so hopefully what we will see is that if we reload our test page, there we go. The font has now changed to that was defined in home.css rather than in style.css.